I want you at home to realize how difficult it is for me to not start these videos off in the most annoying way possible, because that's fun for me, okay? Another thing that's fun for me is to play Elden Ring, and to make little cute builds, and then go invade people with my builds, and then post those invasions here on YouTube for you to watch, so that you can enjoy them too. Now, when this video started, I wanted to be like,
some of you may know my name, and my name is Saint Riot, and what I like to do.
You know, I wanted to do that voice, but I decided against it. One thing I didn't decide against is trying out this spell that none of you harpies will ever shut up about. Flame of the Fell God. This is my Pyromancer build. I'm just a fire guy. There you go. I used Flame of the Fell God. Are you happy? I can't justify the usage of it. I think it's 2 spell slots. It costs a lot of FP. And it's so dependent on just perfect circumstances. Whereas Giant's Flame Take Thee is none of those things. Okay, I think it also takes 2 spell slots for Giant's Flame Take Thee. And it is a little expensive FP-wise. But it doesn't... There's no wrong situation. There's no bad time. You know? Like, Flame of the Fell God, like, it has to... the stars have to align. Giant's Flame Take Thee, on the other hand, no such reservations. Verticality? Why don't you make some reservations for a little up and downness of the level? Why don't you make some reservations for some of that verticality? I love invasions in this area. They're so fun. You know, a lot of times you'll invade, you're at the very top, your opponent's at the very bottom. That sucks. Right? But these invasions like this, oh man, they're so much fun. Everything is, like, scary all the time. And I love that. Also, these guys that I'm fighting, they're all like level 700. They're absurd. Like, I think it's already... I think I accidentally edited out... When I saved the footage, I lost the part where we killed the other Phantom. But the other Phantom was also, like, absurdly high level. Which is where I got these absurd amounts of runes from. And there's another absurd amount of runes. Yeah. There's no better feeling than being level 81 and killing, like, some level 400 abomination. You know, that's just funny to me. But, yeah, I said I would try out this spell, so I tried out the spell, Flame of the Fell God. And, lo and behold, it does have some practical purposes. Now, is this the type of spell that you can justify putting on your build? You know, I like all my spell slots, you know? It's hard for me to justify giving up spell slots for this until you see this. And suddenly... Listen to me. Come here. Listen. Suddenly... It's hard to argue. It's hard to argue with that. So, you know, yeah, maybe I'll keep it on the build. What I was using, I can't remember what it's called. It's a fireball spell, and you throw a bunch of little fireballs. And I had that spell on this build, as well as like Bestial Vitality, and like maybe Flame Grant Me Strength, or maybe Flame Cleanse Me. I don't know what it was. Did you see that? Rewind that. Ooh. That's that. You know what I'm saying? That's that, ooh. Fully charged O-Flame into double slash. We call that red boiling rivers. But, yeah. That fireball spell that I'm talking about that I did have on this build, it's underrated, you know? If you hit somebody at point blank with that, it just melts them. Every one of those bullets hits and does a ton of damage, you know? But, yeah, I guess I can leave Flame of the Fell God on here. Just for those, 2 invasions you saw at the start. Those were both just things of beauty. Let's flip it around. I got 30 runes for killing that Phantom. That Phantom was like level 7. And you might be asking yourself, why did this level 80 guy summon a level 7 guy? And the reason, I think, is because if they kill me, the level 7 guy, you know, he's going to get like, I don't know, probably somewhere in the neighborhood of like 5,000 runes. And when you're level 7, that's a few level ups. So I think that that's what they do. I think that they try to sort of power level their friends. If you're familiar with like the MMO RPG term, I think they're trying to like power level their buddies' builds by killing invaders. And sometimes when you invade, did you see that? Sometimes when you invade in Limgrave, you know, one of the guys is just level 7, right? And I'm level 80, but I've seen that same thing happen at like level 200. You know, it happens. It's just a weird thing that I maybe they're trying to drop items for each other, but I never catch them in the act of dropping the items. You know, which is weird. Oh, Flaming Strike, more like Flaming Space, more like get absolutely outspaced. Flaming anything. I'm trying to take a sip off this explosive kerplow I just plop kerchunked down on top of that dome. Nice parry. People forget who I am. My name. Okay? And when they forget, you know I gotta remind them. You ever heard the expression, he's of 2 minds? Well, that means that they're having a hard time deciding something. Alright? Well, I'll remind. And that's something that they have to learn to live with. Now, another spell that you see me using here, Fire's Deadly Sin. Some of y'all might not know this. This spell's alright. Obviously, it catches you on fire and makes you do damage to people while you're standing close to them. Now that the spell isn't glitchy, you know, or bugged so that you can bleed people out with it or death blight them or any of that stupid stuff, no one uses it anymore. So now I can use it as God intended for it to be used. What people maybe don't know is that spell has a little explosion centered around the caster when the spell pops off. And so it's a little better than I think people think it is. I'm not saying it's great, but after a backstab like that, it's pretty cool. Check this out. Maybe you'll think this is cool. I thought it was pretty cool. Whop, whop, whop. Red Bowling River. You gonna go for a swim. You gonna go to the Kroger and buy up a 24 case of Miller High Life, and you gonna take it down to the river and go for a swim, Red Boiling. Look at this. Boom. Boom. Oh, Hotfoot. That ain't Falco. I'll burn his feet. Alright? That's the type of person I am. Don't get guard broke. And whatever you do, don't forget to like and subscribe the video. And take this video and show it to people at your church. And I'll see you next time. Until then, later, y'all.